Well, it's Friday. The Gladiators are on the track, and we are ready to go. Hello and welcome back. It's the WWRL Championship, and here it is round 7 for an absolutely, hopefully, a tremendous race of what we've got here. It is here. It's the tire killer. It's the Hungaro Ring. We're in Hungary. Absolutely astounding sceneries here in the capital of Budapest. Hungary, founded in 897 AD, is one of the oldest countries in Europe, obviously before France and Germany. Well, home to 9.9 million fans. Hopefully, all of them will be on Formula One. And when we're here at the Hungaro Ring, absolutely splendid in its views. 14 turns in total, 17 laps is usually on the Formula One calendar, but we're only doing 50%, which is going to be around 35. 2.722 miles of absolute twist and turn. Pretty much, let's face it, you're on the power at least 44% of the time on this track. It's not an overtaken track, but I'm hoping to see a good race anyway. It's all about strategy and it's all about where you place your car, especially when someone may have to overtake you. Most poles at this place has Lewis Hamilton and Michael Schumacher both having 7, but Lewis Hamilton once again proving how good he is. He's obviously the one here eight times. Absolutely outstanding for him, more than any other driver. Fun fact for you, until 2006, since 1986, was when the Hungarian Grand Prix actually started here at the Hungaro Ring. 20 years later, not an absolute cloud or speck of rain in sight until 2006, where, well, let's face it, it didn't stop Jenson Button taking his first Grand victory. From 14th on the grid, did you not know? Despite the lack of overtaking, that less than half of the third of one, we could actually end up seeing pretty much. There's only one person from the Hungarian? Yeah, we'll call him a Hungarian. The only Hungarian driver for Formula One to ever take part in a Grand Prix and finished it was the name of Zsolt Bumgarner, and that he was the only Hungarian driver to ever complete his home race here in Budapest. Let's have a look. The track was crowned for 2 Formula One world champions in its history. 1992 was Nigel Mansell for the Williams for the title here, and in 2001 it's one of everyone's favourite, isn't it? It's Michael Schumacher back in 2001 taking championship victory here at the Hungaro Ring. Right, we're about at least 5 minutes into the qualifying as we did start a bit late. But as it stands, Stephen Osh with a 113.5, very solid from him. He's been solid so far this season. Could he continue doing this? He could end up probably, let's face it, world champion at this point. Tim 1404 in the racing points with a 113.706. He's done 1 lap, that's grizzly. And also you got Basabi once again. He is hunting down that spot to become world champion after missing out by 2 races last season. Still putting a solid, good effort in. Let's have a look. We have no new drivers this week. We've only got 16, unfortunately. But the one at the moment we do not recognise a lot around here at the moment is this chap coming out of the pits right now. It is IRS Dingy. He's racing for the Renault. Actually, obviously not Renault anymore, obviously, because it's been changed now. It is now, of course, the Alpine Formula One, obviously changing its name and obviously brand. I believe for a fashion designer, if I'm correct. Not the only one on the track. Obviously, it's AlphaTauri. Once the Red Bull's twin sister. In Italian, so there you go. You're pretty much, if you're ever raced in a Toro Rosso, it's a Red Bull you're racing. Right, so let's have a look. Who is on their outlet at the moment? It is Arne Steff at the moment, just coming up in at the middle of sector 2 at the moment. coming through those spiraling S's after the chicane. Need to be keeping his foot firmly down on the accelerator, coming down towards sector 3 now. Now, these are very hard braking points. This is pretty much the easiest part of the track at the moment. I mean, the white curve on this side, make sure you not touch that. If you do touch that, let's face it, you are in danger of pretty much spinning yourself off for this track. RSF seems to have came in. I'm wondering what's going on here. I think it may have been his actual... I believe he already done his time. That's fine. Anyway, Outlap was going to stay on Basabi. He's coming through the chicane at the moment in the middle of sector 2. See what he can produce. Now, him and Mighty Fever seem to be, well, let's face it, the dream team, as it were, for the Formula. Also, this season as well. I mean, there was a bit of team orders at one point. I believe, in the middle of, I think it was the Monaco Grand Prix, where I think one actually overtook the other by mutual consent. I believe it was in tunnel just before the chicane down at the bottom of the hill, just before you come up the swimming pool. So, Basabi on the outlet. We're going to ride on board with him now on the camera. So you're going to stay right to there, using all that cover as much as you possibly can. Back right onto the accelerator, onto DRS. Now you're going to be wanting to stay nice and tight with this, but also trying to keep as much momentum as possible. That was lovely and well done there by Basabi. Nice use of both curves and using a bit of a cut in the corner as well. Same again there, not going too much. Remember, if you go off right here on that white curve, you're pretty much looking to literally spin yourself off. Basabi doesn't tend to do that though. He seems to keep on going. Nice little sort of flow there, going through the chicane right there. Using all the curve as he possibly can, especially on the exit. Best thing to do on here is make sure you're trying to keep it going. There we go, that's fantastic. Doesn't use too much, uses curve again. Curve, lovely, that's brilliantly done. And on the second to last turn, the two, hello. Leeton was slowed quite down there. Oh no, he was bearing himself away, thinking, oh no! Basabi, unfortunately, Well, I think it counted, but I believe Basabi, his back end kicked out there a bit. I think he got a bit too much on the power as he was coming around that final corner. Anyway, a couple more fun facts for you. McLaren are the most successful team here at the Hungary Ring, won 11 times. But let's face it, everyone thinks that, Lewis Hamilton's obviously an absolute world champion here. Let's face it, well, he is. But not under McLaren, unfortunately. And for the McLaren, he's actually never, I believe, taken a Grand Prix win here. Well, a World Championship by winning here. I think was happening. I believe I've got that correct. Stand by. No, actually no. Sorry, he did win. He did win at the Hungary Ring in 2008. Was the last time, obviously, that Lewis won under the McLaren while winning the World Championship. That's actually quite an interesting fact. Let's have a look at what else we can conjure up. Oh, I believe we could be with Stephen Osh. I think he'd be on his. Yep, he's on his app. He's going for a push lap right now. He's doing so far. He's on 1:13.222. That is brilliantly so far done. Sector 3. We seem to. Oh yeah, I believe Eugene M10 will not be doing a quali right now. I'm just wondering what may be going on right there. I think. Hopefully, the stewards will tell us the reason why that Eugene isn't running the quali at the moment. Well, hopefully we'll find out soon anyway. By the looks of things, Stephen Osh... Yeah, I think Stephen Osh has actually pulled out of that lap. So he may be looking to try and see what he can do. Tim before in the racing point goes past there. Right, let's see what Stephen can do. He's pushing now. Obviously, he's just gone up to 7th gear. Let's have a look. Eugene spun and apparently retired. That's actually quite interesting. I actually missed that completely. So wow. Well, Eugene, unlucky to hear that, mate. Yep, Stephen Osh is actually coming in and screws me on that. So, outlap, who we've got at the moment? We've got SS at the moment, at sort of the beginning of his outlap. You've got Stingy at the moment coming towards the end of his. Yep, we're going to stay on board with Stingy, see what he can do. We haven't seen much of Stingy, nor have we spoken to him about it at the moment. So we'll see what he can produce. So he's going full on around that corner as we turn through. There we go. He's on his outlap now. Let's have a look at more facts for you on the Hungaro ring. Turn 4 is the quickest part of the track where you are literally one can actually be used as the overtaking opportunity, especially on hard braking. But you've also got that very short DRS from turn 1 into turn 2. People are wondering whether or not turn 2 is actually a turn, but it still does count as one. 12 of the 14 corners are taken at the lowest speed, which is average, well, cars with better mechanical grip. So pretty much when you're racing on here, the best way to obviously to make sure you're going faster is by mechanical grip. So you need to change a few things on the aerodynamics and possibly I believe on the tires as well. What's going on at the moment? Sector 2. I think someone was just letting pass by. RIOS Stingy at the moment coming towards the end of the final corner at the end of Sector 3. He's going to want all the much he possibly can, use a bit of curb. I think he could have used a little bit more there. Where does he go? He goes 6 fast 6. That's a very good time. 1:14.057. Literally just literally 500ths of a second faster than SS2560, who I believe is unfortunately his time didn't count, so I believe he may have to come in again, change his tyres, and then go for it. So got a lot of chaps in the pit at the moment, but I can probably see some activity soon. We're just waiting for who is going to break first. Trying to get myself comfy. By the way, I will apologise once again. Matt obviously couldn't be here, unfortunately, but he's not. Unfortunately, he's busy with real life situations. But unfortunately, we can see how much we're going to miss him. Obviously, remember, he's the man with the facts. So was it. Just got a message from Wasabi. Apparently, this is much more. This is apparently much more different than what what the Bahrain Short Grand Prix was like. It clearly is. Let's face it. This one is a pure tyre killer. Whereas the Bahrain Grand Prix. I mean, let's face it. I mean, you could have taken a pair of softs all the way to lap 20 before you start changing over if you are that great with conserving your tyres. But this one, let's face it, it's going to kill it no matter what skill you're on. See people starting coming out as we hit the we've just gone past the 2-minute mark for the end of qualifying. At the moment, two people still yet to make a difference in this qualification. It's Vela in the Renault, and also Eugene M10, who unfortunately span out during qualifying, and unfortunately does not have a time set for him. So, who's out at the moment? I believe Brenboy. It is Arnish Seth in the Ferrari. I think will he continue? I believe he is continuing because unfortunately he was held up there a little bit by his teammate of TSM Daniel. TSM Daniel was obviously in the Tier 2 race, obviously racing for McLaren, so obviously McLaren and Ferrari, bit of art rivalry sort of mixing up going on here, but I like it a lot anyway. So who's going for it at the moment? I believe Turn on a 1:13.582, knocking Basabi off his porch at the moment. Let's see what he can do. That's a very late turn, that. So he's looking probably get a little bit extra. No, he's coming into the pits as well. So who's actually going to be out doing an actual lap at the moment? Who's going to be the quickest? You got a Stingy, you got Brenboy. Brenboy's actually starting himself up. No, you've got Desi, actually. Desi's going to go for it. Desi, the host of the last race, and obviously one of the hash drivers. Actually, let's face it, Desi's actually considered to be, well, a very... how can I put it? He's been much better since last season. I mean, he's constantly been a talking point for the Haas team. Whereas Brenboy, I believe, can be. These two can actually race against each other and actually not knock heads together. As Brenboy as well actually comes in for another round. So let's have a look. You've also got Stephen Oshke to try and see what he can do and extend his lead a little bit. Bit of a lag there from Desi for some reason. I'm not entirely sure whether or not that is his connection or mine, but so far we are still with him. I believe it may be Desi's, I'm not entirely sure. So, let's have a look. You've got a load of people out on the outlap. You've got Stephen Osh, outlap, Basabi, Tim144, and I believe Timo Gertz. You've got yeah, Desi's actually pulled out of his qualifying, and I believe that'll be him done for the day. So unfortunately, I believe Desi will stay 11th. So he may be going on for medium to soft. Actually, probably it wouldn't surprise me if Desi actually goes medium onto soft. Actually, that could actually happen. So Desi going for it again, I believe. So. Unless the timer's gone for me. No, timer is still with me. So, Desi going on the on his lap right now. I believe Brenboy, who's literally... I think my timing screens at the moment is quite off because I've got 2 minutes 14. Yeah, there we go. I believe Brenboy is actually somehow still going at the moment. I'm not totally sure what's happening here. You've got Timo Gertz still going for it. Anyway, I believe we'll go on board with Stephen Osh at the moment. 1:13.222. So, yeah, Desi unfortunately has retired from the quali. So, what Stephen Osh do? Can he extend his lead a little bit further? Otherwise, Marty Fever probably might go for it. Well, no, I believe Marty Fever is actually finished his qualifying. But can Stephen Osh put a finale on this qualifying? Is coming around the last turn right here. Using all the curb he could. No, he doesn't actually. He stays on the tarmac. Goes a wow, literally just literally 1,000th of a second faster. Not particularly amazing, but still, he extends his advantage anyway. Stingy, haven't heard much from him. He's coming into the pit, so I believe this is what the order we will see, unless Brenboy can pull something off. I'm sure if he will. Yes, he will. He's still going. He's putting the hammer down here. Can he overtake anyone? That's not a great line. I'm not going to lie. So he's I think he pulled out one solely because of what something's happened throughout the lap that probably deleted his time. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, this is the starting lineup then. It is Stephen Osh. Not great. Not great qualifying. Usually we tend to have a lot more excitement going on, but anyway, Stephen Osh is on pole position, followed by Martin Fever in the AlphaTauri. See if I can get the what's it called, the I'm missing map. That's what I'm saying. Missing map. Anyway, this is go. We've got Stephen Osh, we've got Marty Fever, Turn and Basabi. It's usually them four at the moment that are always top in that top 5 spot, especially with Tim144 in the racing point. Now, obviously, the couple of players that obviously didn't produce a time was obviously McVayler and Eugene. I'm wondering why McVayler actually hasn't put in a lap time. Well, hopefully my informant at the Stewards will probably tell it produced for the race. Remember, it's all down to what actually happens on the track. As Matt would say, if this is sim racing, anything can happen. Well, I'm hoping we might be able to see if there's some rain. It is slightly darker than what the Tier 2 race seemed to have. So, by the looks of things, we've had it as it's noon. It's somehow dusk for some reason. So we can only imagine what the weather's going to be like for the rest of the race. But we can only hope and pray that we might actually see some rain here. And obviously, once again, it's not really ever going to happen when it comes to the Hungary ring. Not really a rainy track all the time, unlike its counterpart of Spa. But you can only wait and see what happens. So we are ready. I believe the formation lap is now about to begin. So here we go. Obviously, this is a very important, lap at the moment. Everyone trying to see if they can get their tyres up to scratch. A bit of a let's face it, from Brenboy right there, you had a bit of a bit of dust cloud going on there, especially with his tyres literally heating up. So it would not surprise me if this is Ella McVeigh has been disqualified from the session in terms of I believe from the formation lap. So I can only imagine what happened there. So this, I believe, it's going to be a two-stopper. It's hands down. This is where it's a pure Tyler Keller, unless anyone can actually fully on commit what is going to happen. Anyway, by the looks of things, you've got Stephen Osh actually taking quite a bit of a. He's taking quite a bit of a lead right there. I mean, he's got a few of the top five, sorry, literally just behind him. But as he's coming into sector 3 now, you've got Desi in the Hats at the moment, who I'm guessing lost a couple of places. He's actually just entered sector 2, so Stephen Osh could be waiting there for. So this could actually mean the back four, possibly, which by looks things is Eugene, Overfloyd, TSN and Daniel, and Desi. This could actually play wonders for them as they are coming up to the starting grid now. Whew. This is where I would have Matt usually giving me some facts about the tyre temperatures, but there we go. But if I was anyone below either 11, 12, 13, 14, or 15, or 16, I'd probably go for obviously a two-stop strat, but I'd go for medium onto the softs towards the end of the race. Anyway, we are ready to go. The lights are going. The green flag is out. We are here in Hungary. It's lights out! There's a pause. Away we go as Stephen Osh has got an excellent start there, but so is Mike Fifi. He's coming up on the inside right there. What can he produce? He's got now down to third. Corner's actually come in, and Stephen Osh takes that first place still on that first corner. Who's ended up losing out there? It's Marty FIFA, but he's got Basabi beside him. Timo Kurtz literally looking on the inside of Basabi, but doesn't get there. But unfortunately has to stay behind him as much as he possibly can. At the moment, haven't got too much going on at the moment, but you've got a bit of a touch between TSN and Daniel and 966, giving the room to TSN and Daniel. These two could touch. Oh, TSN and Daniel is lost out there big time. He had to go wide there. 966 going again on Desi. Locks up though. Desi had to take off the run-off bit on that the car. But Vader then makes way through, and 966 now coming up towards Desi. At the moment, not much racing going on up ahead. But at the moment, we're going to stay on board with what's going on behind us, because you've got Eugene coming up behind SS2560 in the Williams. And Eugene takes it in place of 10th place now, pushing SS. Now, SS has actually been forced off the track there a little bit by his other teammate, Floyd. Desi now comes into play now, and you've now got SS 2560 now coming into the pits. Why is he coming to the pits? I wonder. I can only wonder. Has he got damage? I can only imagine. I'm wondering, does he have anything waiting for him? Yes, he does. He has a front wing standing by, so he's going to be in the pits for a while. We'll see what else is going on in the race at the moment. Haven't got much of a race going on here. Unfortunately, everyone seems to be single file back in their places. No fighting going on at the moment. We've got Vader at the moment, though, coming up towards Desi. Looking to try and see if he can go on the outside. Try and put it back in on the end. Trying before he gets to the... he's going to be diving for it. Oh, he thought about it, but he's kept position. He's still behind Desi. He is looking to make a move done, though. Who else is at the moment we've got fighting at the moment? We've got Martin FIFA with Timo Gertz 01. It is AlphaTauri versus McLaren, as we are in Sector 3 now, coming up to the final stages of this lap. Remember, next lap now is DRS is enabled, but they cannot wait. But they cannot have it until, let's face it, lap 4, because that's the only time they can pretty much have DRS actually activated. So, literally, well, it was Stephen Arch at the moment with the fastest lap, but now Marty FIFA is taking over. Timo Gertz now goes into 4th place behind his teammate Wasabi. You've got Tun at the moment, literally going for Stephen Osh at the moment, literally going towards the bottom of the hill, into that speedy section where it's a nice switch back right. Let's have a look. It's all quite tight at the back of the space there at the moment. But yeah, Stephen Osh is still hanging on to that first place after an excellent start by him. Now remember, no one at the Hungarian has ever won a Grand Prix first on pole position. No one has ever done it. So, could Stephen Osh actually make a proper good difference here? McVayler at the moment still behind Other Floyd and Eugene N10. This at the moment seems to be the closest battle going on at the moment. No, I'm sorry, I'll take that back. You've got Brainboy and IRS Stingy. It is Haas versus Renault coming up towards the final couple of corners of this lap now. Brainboy should not have DRS from Tim 1404, but guess what? Stingy does, so he's going to want to get that job done right here, right there. He's got also ERS to take. DRS is open. Brainboy now, unfortunately, that's too easy. Let's face it. As we come now towards the end of the turn, does he stick it out? You've also got Seth go right there in the background of there. Brainboy looking to try and see what he can pull off now. I believe Seth could he get the job done? He goes on the inside, but no, he has to break a bit earlier as Brainboy does shut the gate on him, so he's going to have to stay behind him at least another lap or so. You've got Eugene M10 coming in now, but no, he's actually coming out. Now you've got Lightning 66 coming out as well, so we'll see what they can all produce. McVayler's still on behind Floyd at the moment. These two can race together. These are absolutely fantastic at the moment. This has to be the closest race at the moment. You've still got Marty FIFA just behind Wasabi. TSSM Daniel now has a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So does Tun as well. That's not going to do him much justice as well as Stephen Osh is still in front of him. Now Tim 1404 in the racing point gets multiple penalties. So does Step. I guarantee it will be all for track limits from the end of Sector 2, Sector 3 turn. As they go on down the hill, so it'll guarantee that. Remember, this track does punish you for the extending of track limits, especially when going over the curve. I mean, you do not want to have that. Too many of them, otherwise it's going to ruin your lap. Bremboy comes in for the pits. What's he going to produce on for tyres? He's going from softs. Is he going to go on to the mediums? Yes, of course he is. It's going to be the most sensible one at the moment. Got a bit of a total bogey of a failure. The bad end of that, his wings come off, and he is unfortunately, he's lost out there big time. I can only imagine what happened there, but I believe Other Floyd did have a part to play in that. I've got a feeling I did come back at that and see that Other Floyd may have actually pushed. A bit of rustle and tussle here at the moment between them two. No, so can only go from there. Anyway, TSSM Daniel now behind Desi. TSSM Daniel looks to have the pace at the moment behind Desi, but we'll see what he can produce. Now, at the moment, with tyres at the moment, Desi with the medium, but so does TSSM Daniel, who's on softs at the moment still. You still got Floyd. He try and see if he can be toe from DRS. No, he does not have DRS, but he has ERS. He's going to be using that a little bit of that now. Try and see if he can try and sneak up a bit behind other Floyd, as we are in lap 6 now of this Hungarian Grand Prix. The closest battle at the moment will have to be, I believe, Vela. Yeah, he pits in for a new. Get the words, mate. He goes on to softs. Very interesting. You got Arne Seth now with another 3-second time penalty. Remember, it's track extension limits. So you're going to want to try and make sure you don't overextend that. Remember, it's going to be added onto your time, and it can ruin your race, especially here in Tier 1, where you do have racers who are absolutely clean and flawless throughout this at the moment. Closest race at the moment is Desi and other Floyd at the moment. We're going to stay on board with this. TSM Daniel picking up another 3-second time penalty. A lot of 3-second time penalties at the moment, and a lot of them are coming from that sector of sector 3, as you are on the exit of that that fast right-hander. C. Desi's going to now try and get on other Floyd using ERS as well as DRS. It's both open. Trying to use the toe as much as he possibly can. Is he going to try on the inside? He's going to have to brake a little bit better. Takes on the inside. Other Floyd goes for a switchback. These two are going to survive. No, but I think Desi literally just picked it up just at the right time. So, Desi's literally done the job done well there. That is 8th place for Desi. We're going to stay on board with TSM Daniel. So he's right behind Desi and other Floyd at the moment. So he's going to be looking to want to see what he can get out of this at the moment. Other Floyd takes it a bit wide. He's more likely going to get 3-second time penalty from that. No, he doesn't. He actually managed to probably just get a slight warning there, but he's still on the end of Desi. But TSM Daniel is right behind him. He's going to try and see what he can get out of this battle right here. But remember, this track is a tyre killer. So if you're going to be stuck behind someone, it's going to be an absolute difficult. It's going to be a difficult procedure to try and actually do whatever you can to get past someone as quick as possible. Otherwise, your tyres are literally just going to be running low on its lifespan. Eugene M10 picks up another 3-second time penalty for extended track limits. Martin FIFA in the draw is the first to cave in. He comes in for pit. By looks of things, he is straight in with the hard, really. That's an interesting strategy there from Martin FIFA. Is he looking to go on all the way to the end and then go to the softs? We can only imagine what he's planning on doing, but he's the one to break first in that top 5 battle for first place. Who is the closest at the moment? TSM Daniel for some reason. Apparently he's 2 seconds. No, sorry, I read that wrong. TSM Daniel's right behind over Floyd though. Desi seems to pull a bit of a slight gap on there at the moment, unfortunately. Oh, here we go. TSM Daniel in the Ferrari gets the job done. Pass it over Floyd. Other Floyd gives him a slight nudge. No damage though. So you can only see what happens. Other Floyd doesn't seem to have any damage though. He's going to be still looking to try and see what he can get out of TSM. Coming in. So you've also got Pasabi in, Stephen Osh is in. You've also got Tim 154 in as well. A lot of people have actually started to pit right now, so it's going to be changing all over the place. Who is going to come out on top? I believe it will be Stephen Osh still. Pasabi in second. Yes, I believe Pasabi in second at the moment as it stands, but I think he has the older tyre. No, he has the newer tyre compared to his teammate of Martin FIFA. At the moment, Martin FIFA is probably pulled an absolute corker at the moment. But he's got Stephen Osh right behind him, so Stephen Osh is going to want to look to try and see if he can get past Mighty FIFA. As it stands, Mighty FIFA is pretty much leading this race. God, I need Matt right here. I need Matt right to probably give me help. Okay. Back on though, he's come back on clean. He doesn't reset. Remember, resetting on this gives him 5 second time back. But now he's going to be got Floyd of the Williams behind him, and you've also got his other teammate of SS25060. So this could end up being double bad news for Brentboy in their hat, going very slow, but I don't think he's got any damage. So you've got the two Williams behind him, followed by McVayler. You've got Tim O'Gurt, who's literally just having to pit. He's on the softs. What is he going to go on to? I believe he's going to go on to the hards, the white face. Yes, he is, of course. Oh, I need a drink. So, back on with the other Floyd. He's going to look to try and see if he can pull on the inside. Turning late break, but you've got Brentboy defending. All a bit of a nudge there between the two, but literally by the twins, it's side by side as we come into turn 3. Who's going to take position? It's going to be Brentboy at the moment, but you've got other Floyd falling back. No, Brentboy's going to have to keep that position. That is really well defended there by Brentboy. Fantastically done. Who's up there in terms of the first positions at the moment for fighting? It's Mighty FIFA, followed by Stephen Osh, followed by Basabi. Basabi's a little bit higher in Stephen Osh at the moment. So Mighty FIFA is looking to try and see what he can produce. Right, at the moment, it seems to be mediums versus hard at the moment, apart from McVayler in the soft compound. I'm wondering what his strategy is. I mean, so far he's already came in once, I believe, for he already came in once on softs, and he's on softs again. So I'm wondering what his strategy is going to have to change right there, though. I'm guessing he's gone from a soft, medium. But the thing is, that means you stopping 3 more times. No, 2 more times. My apologies. So 3 stop, not exactly great. Now Brentboy is looking to try and see if he can get back on the inside of Other Floyd. No, he hasn't got the DRS, so Other Floyd is going to take that place from him, unless Brentboy then tries and gets back on the power a little bit more. No, unfortunately runs it wide, losing a little bit more time, but that's not great, especially when you got Other Floyd's teammate SS25060. So he's literally right behind him now. So he's going to look to try and get a little bit of a, let's face it, a bit of a stumble there from SS, as he looked to be sort of, his wheel seemed to sort of snap back into place as he was trying to correct the car. This seems to be the closest battle we've got at the moment. You've also got McVayler behind the 2 Williams right here, as well as the Haas. Brentboy seems to have knocked out there. McVayler gets another 3 second time penalty. Let's have a look at the penalties at the moment. It seems like the top 4 at the moment are Arne Seth, Desi, Torn, and Tiersis and Daniel all have penalties. But I can't see any more. Can't see really anyone making a difference so far in this race. You've got at the moment you've got Tiersis and Daniel now behind Torn. How that was literally a second, 1.5 seconds. Now literally just in the let's face it, in the DRS range. So Tiersis and Daniel is going to look to try and see what he can do on Torn, but Torn have the tyre advantages. 4 lap old mediums compared to Tiersis and Daniel's 11. IRS injury be taking time penalty for multiple warnings once again. That will be for extending track limits. Like I said earlier, it does kill you in terms of trying to keep on the track on this while trying to keep momentum. It is an absolute task. Let's put it that way. Nearest battle at the moment it will be. The fastest time at the moment in the McLaren with a 1:17. plenty of racing to do on this 35 lap race. Second border with Tim 154 at the moment behind Basabi. He's still got DRS range. Not enough though. Basabi seems to have probably the a decent setup as Tim 144 actually runs wide there a little bit. Loses a bit of momentum behind Basabi. Basabi's literally looking to do whatever he can to literally try and hold position, because remember, he's still on a chance for a podium place at the moment, because Turn is on the mediums, but unfortunately the hard compound tyres go on longer than the mediums. Only the mediums has got more grip, yes, but it does not last long, so you're going to have to lose, unfortunately, 23 seconds while in the pits for Turn, unfortunately, at some point during the race, so he's probably end up going to be losing out. At the moment, this is actually a first for me so far, because we haven't had any DNFs yet. So we could, I mean, I could say that right now. I could end up seeing someone probably going out of DNF right here, right now. Now, anyway, we got Desi behind Turn. Turn at the moment got 6 lap old tyres, but Desi got in behind him. But I think Turn probably might have to will definitely hold on here as he starts to create. It's still staying on the six tenths of a second gap at the moment. That's gone up a little bit to 7. I think Turner's actually got this in the bag a little bit in terms of position over Desi. Armitage is actually still yet to pit at the moment. Everyone else is pitted apart from a couple of drivers. You've got Arnish set on 13 laps, as well as Desi, as well as TSS and Daniel. Everyone else is at least pitted once. Yellow flagged in sector 2. What's happened here then? I believe Other Floyd has literally probably stacked it a little bit, but he's got the McLaren of Timo Gertz 01 behind him, defending very, very well. Closing the gap on him a little bit though. Got Timo Gertz still behind him. Wow, very literally close as they go literally toe to toe into this next corner. Other Floyd's going to have to give him the room, and he does. Timo Gertz gets the job done, takes 14th place. Oh wow, got a bit of battle going on here. Stephen Osh has gone up to 5th place. So runs a little bit wide as Stephen Osh, but TSS Daniel has the time advantage on the medium. But Stephen Osh on 5 lap hard, he's going to take the position very nice. Well, TSS Daniel goes a bit wide. Unfortunately, loses out big time there now. Basabi's literally right behind him now. TSS Daniel, little snap back there from Basabi, but he gains his composure very nicely. Well and done there. This is the battle for. But Vela is out of the race. That is out of the race. He's come into the pit. He's retired. TSS Daniel once again going wide there, and Basabi is literally hunting down the Ferrari driver right here. He's kind of trying to get the clean air if he can. About going for the overtake there on the late braking, but he holds it very nicely firm in place. For some reason, you have a McVader once again coming back out onto track. For some reason, he's shown yellow flags at the moment. Needs to be sorted out as quick as possible. I think the AI is taking place at the moment. Now you've got Basabi coming up behind TSS Daniel. TSS Daniel forces Basabi on the outside. TSS Daniel now gone back down to 6th place, but these two could be going at it once again. No, Basabi has got the DRS range. He's going to be soaring off into the distance now. As unfortunately, wow, blooming TSS Daniel is now under attack by 144 in the racing point. Well, this is definitely not helping TSS Daniel now with his confidence. The 15 lap medium tyres, so that's another 3-second time penalty. I believe TSS Daniel's going to have to come in for a new set of mediums. I believe it is come to the point where, let's face it, the car is pretty much undrivable as he's all over the place in sector 2, going over that chicane right there, all over the sausage curbs, and he's literally almost stuffed it again. He's kept it on the track, but I think TSS Daniel needs to come in at this point. He's losing so much grip. He hasn't got much ERS at the moment, so yeah, TSS and Daniel, I believe you need to come in. Tun now has taken the lead as TSS and Daniel now does come into the pit. Tun has taken over the lead over Arnish as he comes in for a pit. He goes on to the hard compound tyres. Now you've got Marty Feet straight up behind him. Someone else has been retired. It's TSS and Daniel. TSS and Daniel is now retired from the race. I'm wondering what's happened there. Has he literally just given up, or was there other problems? I'm not entirely sure, but he came. His AI comes in back onto track. Yes, no. AI decides to no, that's enough. I'm going up for an early bar. So, 2 DNS at the moment. Go. TSSM Daniel is out of the Grand Prix. SS 2560 goes for another 3-second time penalty. I can only imagine how many penalties now are here. So far, it is Arnish Seth with 6 seconds on his time penalty, and at the moment he's the only one with 6 seconds. So, can only see where this can go from here. Quite bunched up at the back. Let's see what's our closest battle at the moment is the Racing Point and the AlphaTauri of Basabi and Tim 1404 as we literally just came out of turn 2 into turn 3. Tim 1404 has the DRS range. He has more ERS though, I believe, than Basabi does. So obviously Tim 1404 is going to be looking to do a lovely charge here at the moment. Basabi goes a bit wide there, doesn't pick up a penalty though. Remember, that's going to be a very hard sector to literally try and keep the car on the track. Basabi, nicely well done there. Same with Tim 144, pretty much same all the way through. You got Stingy and Eugene N10 literally going at it as well. You got both of them literally within touching distance of DRS. Stingy's actually gone a bit wide there, loses a bit of momentum behind, in front of N10 of Eugene as Brenboy picks up another 3-second time. So, Eugene M10 is now looking to obviously try and use the ERS and DRS on Stingy, as I believe Tim 144 tried to do what he can against Basabi, but it's a bit too late. Late breaking there. But anyway, you got another one. You got, I believe, other Floyd who spun out on literally start of turn 2. It's that hairpin. Remember, it's the white curve. It's going to kill you. But unfortunately, he's now going to be laid waste to the blue flag drama, unfortunately, as I believe Turn is actually going to be overtaking him soon. You've got Stingy still hanging on over Eugene at the moment. Eugene at the moment 3-second time penalty, but so has Stingy. So I believe if it's going to be staying like this in the next 15 laps, unfortunately Eugene's going to have to get the job done. He's going to need to get past it. Apart from that, the closest battle apart from that is Tim 144 and Basabi still. I believe Tun is going to have to come in at some point, though. He's on the medium tyres. He's got, though, I believe in the next, say, 7 laps, I believe Tun is going to have to come in and go on to another set of mediums. Now, remember, the mediums is still a better grip tyre than the hard, but the hard stay much, much longer as Basabi now tries and defends against Tim 144. Late breaking there by Tim 144, almost in the back of him, but still keeps it going. Who else we got going on at the moment? You've got Desi and Eugene coming in now. So I believe Stingy has actually kept on going. Yes, he has. Eugene is actually not a very good pit stop right there. He's lost at least probably 5 seconds stable. I think he was just trying to get his car back into gear there a little bit, as the obviously the assists are off. So we're going to try and see where can we find our closest battle at the moment. It is still between the Racing Point of Tim 144 and Basabi. A little bit of a shake there from Tim 144, loses a bit of momentum behind Wasabi, but still within DRS range. He's using a WWRL to try and see if he can get that couple of seconds back. Doesn't do it, but he's still within DRS range. He's going to be not too close enough though behind Wasabi to get the job done. You got you got SS256 behind Brenboy now on the half. So these two are definitely going at it together. These two are both on brand new hard compound, medium compound tyres. At the end, towards the middle of sector 2, coming after that chicane. No, nice little S's right there. Come sweeping back left to right. Same again, left to right. Wasabi holding it quite well. So does SS. He's keeping it hold together. These two will more likely end their differences on the DRS straight. So we'll probably stay on board with this at the moment. No, I don't believe that. I believe SS has actually lost a bit of momentum there. As Lightning 66 now comes in, he goes on to the mediums. So what is our closest battle at the moment? It's still Tim 1404. He is hunting down Wasabi at the moment, trying absolute his sheer best to try and get at least a couple more attempts on him, so at least he can try and go for it on the DRS straight. That's where all the trouble is at the moment. Got a bit of a battle going on between the couple of chaps right at the back. You got SS, Brenboy, and Lightning 66. Oh, Brenboy is kept on going, but so is SS. He's spun out a little bit. Brenboy is now behind Lightning 66, coming up towards the chicane, keeps it going, takes a bit of the curbs, takes the other one. That's nicely done there by Brenboy. He's still behind Lightning 66. Wasabi! And literally, Tim 1404. Tries to close the gap on him, but doesn't. Wasabi then retakes fourth place, towards the nice high speed left-hand corner right here. Takes it nice and well. So we're going to stay on board with this one. This is definitely going to be a good one right here. Very, very nicely, coolly done. Arne Sepp with another 3-second time penalty. That's 9 seconds now for him. We're going to stay on board with this. Oh! Tim 144 has actually literally just lost a lot of momentum there, so that is no longer our fastest race at the moment. You've got SS behind Brenboy. Lightning 66 does lock up. As SS trying to literally take it on the inside on the grass behind Brenboy, but Brenboy actually closed the door. I think SS probably was a bit too optimistic on that overtake. But you got nice and close to that curb, but remember, doesn't go onto it, otherwise you will spin out. Nicely done there. Still Lightning 66, still behind it. Still behind with Brenboy. Brenboy is looking to try and see what damage he can do. This at the moment is our fastest. Our fastest at the moment. No, it's not. It's gone back to Wasabi and Tim 1404. Now this, I think we could end up staying on board with these two because remember, I believe yes, it is. P5 is actually fair enough. It is 10 points on the board, but remember, Wasabi is looking to try and see if he can pull on a little bit more. Tim 144 looks to be dragging his wheels a little bit as we trying to go through the S's there. You've got Brenboy literally just been overtaken by SS 2560. Oh, very close there by Brenboy to literally get his win taken off, but he stays behind SS 2560. Yes, there we go. And he's Williams now on behind the Mercedes of 1966. He's looking to try and see what he can now get out of this. Very close. Both cars lock up right in front of Brenboy. Brenboy now probably has more momentum as there'll be a bit of a DRS strain. So Lightning 66 could be in trouble here in terms of going onto that pitch straight now. So we'll stay on board with this fight at the moment. Brenboy now losing a bit of time now over to SS2560. As it was 3 tenths, and then gone up to it's gone up to now 7 tenths. So he's now out of range, I believe, unless What else can we do? Unfortunately, Lightning 66 doesn't have DRS, but SS does. He's a long way off, though. He's going to have to wait a little bit longer. So I believe we will go back on board with Tim 144 and Basabi. These two have been racing from word go at the moment. Let's face it, these two are racing absolutely tremendously well. You've still got Brenboy at SS and Lightning 66. Them two still all together. Tim 144. Does he lose a bit of time to Basabi? No, he doesn't, but he's got DRS. DRS is not open. It's not deployed. Tim 144, is he going to take it on the inside? No, he's not. He's literally going to have to wait a little bit longer. I thought he could have taken the opportunity, but all a bit snapback right there on the steering. So his car is trying to get collected right here. At the moment, 10 laps to go. You've got Tun in on the medium still. Actually pulling off a bit more of pace than Tun at the moment, as I believe, let's face it, I think Tun's tyres are going to be wearing away very, very shortly. Unfortunately, Marty Thief has now gone below 2 seconds, so he's now on the hunt, as it were. Tim 144 still behind Basabi. You've got Brenboy, Overfloyd, and SS still fighting each other. And you've also got 1966. Sorry, Overfloyd is not in. He's been lapsed as far as I'm aware. We're at the moment we're going on to lap 26. Marty Thief is still on the still looking. Mark Basabi is looking to try and break toe there from Tim 144. Tim 144 is looking to use DRS. Gonna have to brake a little bit late though. He's done the job well though. Unfortunately, he's not past Basabi. Another snapback there of oversteer. Basabi seems to be very nice, cool and collected now. I'm actually quite surprised that Stephen Ross actually hasn't progressed a little bit more further into this race than I would have thought of. Marty Thief at the moment. And let's face it, he may not take the checkered flag, but he will take all the points, if possible, if he keeps his nose clean, as Matt likes to say. Stephen Osh is actually now trying to get down onto Martin FIFA. This is the closest battle at the moment. We're going to stay on board with it. McVayler has left the session, obviously. McVayler crashing out and a couple of times throughout that race, and then retired in the pits. Obviously, too much damage. So we'll stay on board. Tillman has actually come in. Now he's not race leader anymore. What is he going to go on to? He's going on to the soft. Is he going to go for fastest lap? Of course he is. Got Marty FIFA now, going to be overlapping Floyd. There he goes, blue flag. He goes straight through. Luckily, the ghost actually takes into effect right there. The ghost actually prevents any drivers from the front getting absolutely clattered by the cars in the rear. So luckily, obviously, we brought that into the rule book. That is fantastically done. Anyway, Basabi is now back in the podium places with Tim 144 still hunting him down. He's literally coming up towards literally almost half a second now. My FIFA is still on first place, followed by Stephen Osh, followed by Basabi. All of them on the hard compound tyres. All of them, pretty much, let's face it, on a decent amount of tyre wear, as Marty FIFA actually looks up there on the front right and now the front left as he's going into the final corner. Now, Stephen Osh is still 2 seconds behind him, doesn't have a time penalty, nor does Basabi, so it could end up these three at the top of the podiums as we look towards the end of this race. Oh, I need a breather. Anyway, we've then got, once again, Floyd being overtaken now by Stephen Osh. Takes a bit of a DRS train there, though, from the other floor from other floor, because obviously DRS you are allowed to use it, especially if Floyd picks up another 3-second time penalty there as extending track limits. Marty FIFA now could be in trouble now a little bit, as he's now gone from 2 seconds to now 1.5. He's now the pressure is now going to be piling on top of him a little bit, so he's going to be looking to try and see what he can do. You've got Turn now on the softs. He's going to try and get back on the podium places if he can. On those soft tyres, he's also going to be trying to use all that he can to get fastest lap as well. Stephen Osh will receive the 3-second time penalty. This could be Marty Fiefers. This could be Basabe on the top set. The AlphaTauris on both 1-2. This could be interesting. I'll tell you one thing though, you got IRS Stingy at the moment, also with a chance of getting some tremendous amount of points right here. You've also got Turner, he's literally coming around this last corner as right now. He's got the DRS and ERS using deployment. That's well too easy. Before he even crossed the finish line, he takes the lead. Well, not takes the lead, he takes 5th place, as Basabi's actually been overtaken now by Tim 144. How has that happened all of a sudden? Right now, Basabi's now going to be looking to try and see what he can produce, try and get that pace back. But remember, he has not got a time penalty, but Tim 144 and Stephen Osh do. But I believe Stephen Osh he's got a 3-second time penalty, but it's well out of reach from Basabi. So Basabi needs to overtake Tim 144 and then push like crazy, as we are coming up pretty much now the last final 5 laps of this. Well, I wouldn't say it's quite entertaining, but still quite an interesting race. We're facing not one of the best races we've had so far. I said races. I'm turned into Jonathan Ross all of a sudden, but don't worry, it's all good at the moment. We've got Brenboy and Lightning 66 going on at the moment. Me. There you go, that's acting stuff. Anyway, got Brenboy behind Lightning 66, coming up into the S's. Lock up there by Lightning 66. Turn with a 1:15.853 fastest lap so far. He's going to be coming up behind Basabi now. He's going to probably be on a late charge. Basabi still looking to try and see if he can get anything he could from the racing point in front. Now you've got Other Floyd that's in the way at the moment, but obviously Other Floyd's actually just lost it. He's literally just lost it right in front of Basabi. He's in firm last place at the moment, and he's literally just he's only just gone and screwed it up for himself, as Tim 144 has actually literally just cut the grass there and going through the S's of Sector 2. Virtual safety car. Now, what could this possibly bring us? This may actually bring Tim 144 in a bit of trouble here now behind Basabi. So we can only see what can happen here now. Virtual safety car is deployed, so it will probably be ending very, very soon. There we go. Tim 144 has got it's got a drive-through penalty under safety car. Unfortunately, that is going to probably make him plummet down the order, possibly all the way towards a 9th or 10th place. That is something you do not want to have happen to you, especially in these late races, as you could possibly take a basically you could take a podium if it keeps on going, but unfortunately it's not done him any justice. Unfortunately, he will not be on the podium. So Basabi will probably end up taking that 3rd place as it stands, unless he can then get out of, unless Tim 144 actually gets out of the way, at which point Basabi then has a clean air to go and hunt down Stephen Off. A little bit higher if he pushes. Eugene M10 has a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Unfortunately, he's going to be taking that straight away, as I believe he could end up coming onto the softs. Yes, he does. Of course, he does. So Tim 144 doesn't stay out. Unfortunately, he could be disqualified. Remember, if he doesn't take it, so he's going to have to possibly it's going to be a weird one. I mean, it could only go from what Tim 144 is actually going to be, when he's actually going to think about doing it. But unfortunately, the longer he stays out, the longer he's going to probably end up towards the back of the order. At the moment, Sabi's trying to hold on as much as he possibly can. Tim 144 is literally putting up a bit of a lead, but I guess that's not really going to do much. Eugene has another 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Eugene is literally just racking them in at the moment. 14 seconds in total at the moment. So that's not going to be doing him much good. That's going to put him at the back of the order. No, it's not actually, because unfortunately, Floyd is literally minutes behind Eugene, so a whole lap. So I can actually see Eugene actually probably being overtaken at this point. You never know from other. Oh, hello. I believe there's an accident in Sector 1. What is it? I believe it is Floyd again with the spinning at turn 2, just before turn 3. What happened there? I'm not entirely sure. Yes, he's lost his whole entire front wing there. That has not done him justice, let's face it. So he's I think his race is going to be done. So it's a safety car. Oh wow! What's going to be happening here? Safety car is in. You've got Basabi now onto the softs. Right, what is he going to produce then? This is okay. This is going to be very interesting now to see what happens. Now Basabi is now outside of the points at the moment, but that's going to bring everyone together. Remember, this is a safety car. Now Stephen Osh could end up now being out of the podium places as of now. I believe Arne Sepp had to take that spot as Basabi came out of the pits. So these guys are going to be really clumped together now. No, Arne Sepp has actually given the place back, I believe. No, he's actually given it back. No, Arne has been given a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Once again, extending track limits. Wow, what a race. This is going to probably end up being now towards the end. This is going to be a fight to the death on who's going to get what now. I can see a lot, well, let's face it, a lot of people literally just dive bombing that at turn 1. Tim 144, I believe, still has a drive-through penalty. He needs to take it. Otherwise, he will get disqualified from the race. He needs to take it. Wow. Wow, a lot of penalties are now coming in now. Eugene with 14. You've got Arnish with 12. Eugene with another 3-second, 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. And that is Arnish. Arnish is out of the session. Spins off before the pit entry. Pretty much towards towards turn 14 on the turn 13. He obviously went out. That's going to keep the safety car out a lot longer now. Unfortunately, I believe, yes, it's going to have to come in this very next lap. No, actually, the safety car has actually been gone now. So Basabi is going to be now on the hunt. So it could look to be a 1-2 for the AlphaTauri boys of Marty Fever and Basabi. Stephen Oshie with another 3-second time penalty. That is literally crucial. That's going to put it in 4th at the moment, unless iOS Stingy does anything about that. Wow, this is going to be. We're going to stay on board with this, guys, because it's going to be absolutely incredible. Stephen Osh now is literally just giving that place up now. It doesn't matter as Chun tries to go and takes goes for Marty FIFA. Chun seems to have gone a little bit wide there, but keeps it nice and deep. Marty FIFA is literally pretty much backing Torn up now to Basabi. Remember, these two haven't got a time penalty. Marty I've got a 3-second time penalty. That puts Basabi onto the top spot. Oh no, not exactly what he wanted. That is absolute. That is hurtful. That is very much hurtful, unfortunately. Turn and that is literally is now going to be weeping 2nd place now, as it stands. Marty FIFA now dropped down to 3rd place as Basabi is in 3rd place at the moment. He doesn't take the checkered flag, but wow, what a race this is! Basabi gets a free point. Torno could win the race. What? That is not what Besabi wants. As Tun now comes around the last corner, as my FIFA as well. Oh my God, I can't believe this is absolutely unbelievable. Tun now wins the race. It wins Hungary. Wow, what a race that is. Oh my word, that is what an absolute last lap that was. What happened there was obviously Tun with a 3-second time penalty that Marty FIFA then picked that one up in sector 2, going a bit wide. And then Besabi then picks it up in sector 3 at the end of sector 2, going on that really fast right-hand corner, picks up a 3-second time penalty, which puts Tun now on top of the places. That is absolutely incredible. Wow, Besabi, unfortunately, is pretty much just thrown away a easy victory right there. Oh my Lord, that is absolutely incredible. I am beyond words here, guys. Absolutely beyond words. But that is it. Tun, right there, the Frenchman himself for McLaren, has taken the top spot on top of the podium with first place. Multi FIFA with second, and Besabi with third. Stephen Osh, I'm actually quite surprised he's gone to fourth. He actually picks up 6-second time penalties on that, which puts him fourth off the podium places. But oh wow, what an absolute race that was! I cannot wait to do the interviews now. This is just pure wow. Anyway, driver of the day is Desi. For obviously doing the most overtakes, obviously starting, I believe he started, I think, 13th, I believe. But either way, I think my driver of the day at the moment, I believe, had to be Tun. Tun actually did such a good strategy right there, going all the way, literally boxing onto the softs, and then the safety car came out pretty much 6 laps later to then put him right there on the top spot. I mean, wow. I can't wait to do the interview. I will literally then transfer over to General. If you just stand by, we're going to see if we can do a couple of interviews with the drivers of today. Obviously, there it is. It's Tun versus Marty FIFA, Besabi, Stephen Osh, and fifth place, a very, very, a weird one to see, is iOS Stingy in the Renault. Going to be transferring now over to the general chat to see if we can get a couple of more interviews for our top 3. Right, well, of course we'll be talking to the top 3, and we'll be talking to a few others as well, actually, as it's obviously for this. Okay, well, at the moment we have Besabi. We're going to do Besabi first. Besabi, I just kind of can't believe that, mate. You had that at the palm of your hands, mate, literally come towards the end of there. As you obviously saw your teammate obviously picked up a 3-second time penalty that which pretty much put you on top. And then at the end of sector 2, and you going when you went right, I mean, that's heart crunching. I mean, just talk us through it.
Yeah, I fucked up basically. I didn't know my teammate had a penalty. I wanted to pass him at first, but I thought he should have the win. And I didn't see that he had a 3-second time penalty. I was driving for like 20 laps on 2 warnings, so that was already really tough. But yeah, going into this race, I didn't think I had the pace in the race, because in qualifying it was decent. I messed up my lap, but still got into P4. And yeah, P3 is decent for the championship, so yeah, let's head to the next race, to Monaco, I guess.
Right, well, you said last year that Monaco was actually one of your races, one of your tracks where you do not disappoint. And let's face it, could this happen again? Could you actually put yourself back hopefully on the top spot for next week's race on the streets overlooking the rivers of the Riviera?
I hope I can. I have a good pace around there. My teammate does too. So I think seeing from last year, and obviously controller players will be having a tough time in the hairpin. So I think we will be good there, and I hope to be P1. Just that don't have to get damaged there, and then I'll pick up some good points again for the championship. But we'll see that next week.
Yeah, we definitely will. Sabi, seriously, congratulations on the podium, mate, on third place. But seriously, unlucky on that last ditch effort, mate. But seriously, next week I will see a lot more of you, mate. See you in a bit, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. See you.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to go with our second place driver now with Sabi's teammate of the other AlphaTauri of Marty FIFA. Marty, well, you drove an absolute epic race there, mate. I can only imagine how your thoughts were going through when you saw that 3-second time penalty, and then you realised then behind you was obviously your teammate who could have ended up on first place. Because obviously you could have been in first place at one point, because the safety car. But I can only imagine you were slightly relieved, obviously, when your teammate got that 3-second time penalty to pretty much move you up at least another one position to obviously take 19 points today for second place.
Yeah, well, I have mixed feelings right now because I had a bad start. As you could have seen, I started on second place, and in the first round I already I lost 3 positions. But yeah, I was not expecting that I was driving so fast on the hard compound and that I was out driving Steven Arce in first place. But yeah, he came back to me on like 1 second until the safety car came at the end, and I was not expecting that. And also, Toon was driving in front of me with 20 laps of medium tires, and I was thinking, yeah, he should be gambling on a safety car so he can switch to the soft tires and win the race. And I was happy that didn't happen until like 2 rounds before the end. But still, I had a chance to make it to the end with first place. But then I screwed it up, lost the corner number 3, I think, and then I got my 3-second time penalty. If I didn't have it, then I would have won. But I'm also very disappointed that Basabi had a 3-second time penalty just before the finish line. Yeah, I don't know what to say at the moment.
Well, like you said, a level of emotions. Obviously, I mean, you went from potentially second to first to then third, back to second again. All within, let's face it, about 30 seconds. So I can only imagine, obviously, I know what you were thinking there, to be honest. But there we go. Obviously, you've got Monaco coming up. Obviously, we've seen last season what you and your teammate Basabi can do. Mm-hmm. Obviously, what result are we hoping to look there as we are obviously on the streets of Monaco?
Well. My first hope is always that Basabi and me are ending up on the podium, and I most want to have P1 and P2. That's our first goal, and but I don't know what the paces are from especially Steven Arce, Tim 1404 and Toon. So we'll see. We'll train next week to make sure we have a good pace at the circuit.
Well, I would like to say, well, congratulations, and unlucky at the same time. Same obviously with your teammate, but either way, points on the board, 19 points, second place. You can't really go wrong with it. I look forward to obviously seeing you in Monaco, mate, and obviously, have a good week, and we will see you there, mate.
Well, I want to take back the lead in Monaco, so I lost it today. But yeah, we'll see you next week.
I'm sure you will, mate, my friend.
All right, thank you.
We've also got Desi from the Haas. Our driver of the day, Desi.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you were actually pronounced as driver of the day on the Formula 1 game. But
that's nice.
Yeah, it was nice, wasn't it? But I can only imagine how that could have. I mean, that race went from pretty much almost nothing to everything happening at once. I mean, with this particular track, I was obviously constantly saying that obviously people were getting 3-second time penalties all the time. So, I mean, how hard is it on this track to actually push your car to the limit, but also trying to stay inside the track? How hard is it?
Well, it's difficult, not as difficult as America, but Yeah, pretty difficult. Got 6 seconds of penalties, I think. But finished 7th, so happy about that.
I mean, well, I think you've obviously had a better day than your teammate Brentboy, who unfortunately was constantly all over the place, especially with the two Williams and as well as the Mercedes of 1966. I mean, do you two actually tend to? I mean, would you consider yourself the better driver, or no? Is it too harsh to say whether or not you are?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we always make jokes about how I am the first driver of the team, so. Well, he outqualified me, but unfortunately got pushed off the track, I think, in the race. So, too bad.
Well, obviously we've got Monaco coming up next, and I believe let's face it, it's not a tyre killer, but let's face it, it's pretty much a body killer, where you can end up going from an absolute nice, lovely corners, going in a nice sort of flow, very nice and persistent, to literally being chaos and, well, let's face it, pure nightmare for a driver. I mean, what's the sort of person, I mean, you're going to have to be going into the next race? What can we be expecting?
You mean who am I fighting, or?
Well, no, it's just what's the mindset of going into Monaco?
Well, pretty hopeful. Last season I didn't have any expectations, and I finished. Don't know where I finished, but I finished in the points and had a quite decent race. So yeah, I hope that I can repeat that, and maybe a top 5 or something.
Well, I'm sure we will. Hopefully, look forward to seeing you obviously in the streets of Monte Carlo, mate. So anyway, congratulations on getting into the points, and obviously congratulations on being driver of the day. And we will see you in a week's time, mate.
Thank you.
Well, that is all we have time for. Well, what a race that was here at the Hungary Ring outside Budapest. Round 7 has come and gone, but there's plenty of racing to do. Is the championship open? We can only find out on the streets next to the Riviera.